public. Limit to 3 minutes per speaker. Does anyone want to speak? No, okay. Okay, so we'll move to the agenda items. Can I get a motion to approve the purchase of Sheriff Department equipment not to exceed $9,368 from Protect Sales as part of the Homeland Security Grant?
So moved.
Discussion or?
You gotta have a supporter.
Do I have support?
Cindy.
Oh, I'm sorry, support.
Okay.
I was looking at
I
the,
thought we moved into discussion. I was like, oh, I guess we.
So we get a grant every year that has to be spent on certain things related to Homeland Security. So they have to be Sheriff's Department related equipment. So they would like 3 vest plates that go under their vests that they wear, their bulletproof vests, and then 1 shield and 3 headsets that they can hook into their radios.
so the headsets are what?
Like a microphone.
Okay, and
Yeah, it
that,
goes over your head and thing, you don't have to pick up your radio. It's hands-free
okay, all right.
so that you can talk while, I don't know, holding your shield.
I'm surprised we don't have that already.
We probably do for some, but we don't have probably enough to go around for everyone. We buy them one at a time or one-offs depending on grants. We don't buy
Okay.
a whole bunch of them all at once.
And so this,
Paying for it. Homeland Security grant is paying for it.
okay,
We need it. They cover it. So.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason that we don't buy a whole bunch of them all at once, because we don't have room in the budget to buy such things beyond the required equipment.
Sure.
so these would be things used more when there's a situation beyond the day-to-day.
Yeah, like they were going to a house as a group. They would want to have hands-free ability to talk as opposed to having to use their radio.
Okay,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Any other questions? Okay. Do I make a roll call vote on this one? No roll call on this one?
Just all in favor.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye,
opposed? Can I get a motion for the approval of the replacement of the compliance manager in circuit court at a grade 7?
So moved.
support.
Discussion.
So we have a court reporter who is retiring, and the person who is in the compliance manager role right now wants to go to the court reporter role, which will create an opening for this position. This position is grant funded, so it's tied to grants. The court recorder position is a staff position that you have to run the courts. So that will create an opening for this individual.
All right.
Any questions?
We did receive the grants for the specialty courts for another year, but some of them will be changing next year.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye,
All those opposed? Motion passes. Can I get a motion to approve the purchase and associated installation of badge readers and lock sets for district court from Fund 217330-810-000 not to exceed $40,000?
so moved.
Support.
Discussion?
So you see these that we all have and wear for our badge access. All of the buildings, all of the doors, all of the departments around here all have these, except district court only has them at the front of the building. And so they have a fund that is collected from drunk driving fees that they can use to spend on certain things. And they want to add the badge readers on the doorways that are in the hallway going down the first floor and the second floor. So like when you go into the clerk's office and different things like that, instead of carrying keys, they'll have their badge readers to just zap in, which is the same everywhere else in the county. I do not know why district court never did it. Circuit court has it, the clerk's office, all of those offices have it. The health department has it, our floor has it, all the ones above us have it.
Treasurer doesn't have it.
Treasurer does
No,
not.
it doesn't, and I'm sure it was the previous treasurer didn't like the idea of it or something to that effect.
But all the other departments have it. They would like to have it in theirs, and they have funds to pay for it from a special designation.
But when you say they all have it, if your office is open to the public, which probably wouldn't be in
These are
district.
non-public areas.
How many non-public areas?
Well, so off of the main hallway, you go to the clerk's office in district court, for example, or the judge's offices are off of those hallways. And so those are the doors that are open, or, they're not public accessible. The clerk's office has a window.
Right, okay. So the idea would be that someone could just walk in there?
Right now they're unlocked.
Well, right now they have to keep the lock with a key, so it will replace having to use the key.
Plus, we
Faster
require everyone
access.
to carry the badge. It's part of the county handbook and policy.
Right, no, it just seems like a lot
So
of money.
They currently can't get into those doors, right? So they have to have a key to get into those.
Either have
Yeah,
a key or they're
okay.
left unlocked. Now,
Okay.
Ward Clarkston used to have his half door, used to have everything open and unlocked, and there wasn't, everything was open. But we have changed how we do things for security reasons over there, so those doors are now closed. So they either have to have they can only go into the courtroom off of the main hallway, or they can go into the district court clerk's little stand area, where they pay their ticket or file the paperwork.
Okay, so the public areas, right?
Yeah.
It won't be long when I have to have a special badge with your car, you can get in town.
Well, 40,000 is pretty typical.
Don't laugh, it's around the corner.
Oh, I pay attention to what Elon Musk talks about, so I'm not laughing,
Yeah.
because,
Gee,
That's for the entire building.
Really quick question about the fund. Can you just kind of briefly explain the fund
Yeah,
that it's coming out of?
the drunk driving fund.
Drunk driving fund, right? And so
So
that's,
everyone who gets a drunk driving ticket, there's a
Yep.
fee that is assessed in there, and that fee goes to the courts, and they have this fund to provide for technology uses, things like this, other things that are money that they get to keep to use for this. They have $150,000 in this fund, and if that's what they wish to spend it on, I think that's a fair use of it.
Sure.
As opposed to general fund money.
So will they be the same as what we have in the other county?
Yep, it'll be a matching system, because it's all one system, controlled by one computer program, and this will be the same exact one that we have everywhere else.
Is the snafu taken care of for us to get in?
Should be.
Okay.
well, you have to have your set up for me to get in, right, or anybody else, yeah.
Yeah, they're all programmed.
Yeah, they're all programmed, they only get into certain buildings.
Yeah, there's a number on the back of it that controls all of them.
Might as well, we don't even have numbers on them, they're gone, they were off.
any further questions or discussion? All right. All those in favor?
I,
All those opposed? Motion passes. Can we get a motion to approve the purchase of 10 AED batteries at $5,247 from the opioid fund?
So moved.
support.
Any discussion on that?
Just very briefly, we have a series of AEDs that we bought with a grant years ago. They have a battery. The battery has a limited life expectancy. These are used in the jail, and they are used in police cruisers, and they qualify as a purchase. And these batteries are dying, so we would like to, have them charged and ready if we need them.
That's good.
Are we voting
Necessary.
because it's over $5,000?
No, it is under the spending limit. I'm having you vote on it because it's opioid money.
No? Okay.
Yeah, that keeps us abreast of that.
If it was just coming out of the general fund, is what
It's
it.
definitely a necessity, so AED
Yeah.
is sort of, tops the, yeah.
If it was from the general fund or another designated fund, it's within my spending authority, but since it's the opioid fund, you were bringing it to you guys.
Any further questions or discussion? Okay. All those in favor?
I,
All those opposed? Right, motion passes. Okay, we move to the last call to the public. Does anyone have any comments they'd like to address the commission? Seeing none, I believe we are adjourned.
The pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. First call to the public. Seeing no one, we'll go to our first agenda item, which is a presentation from MSU Extension Services. I take it that's you?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So just as a background on that, last month you approved their contract, and
Yes.
before that you approved the millage rate, and a couple of you had asked for an update because we hadn't seen anyone from MSU Extension Services here, so I contacted them to talk to you guys about it.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you. I'm Julie Darnton. I'm a district director with MSU Extension, and the area that I serve is our District 4, which is in northwest or northeast Michigan. I have the counties of Alcona, Aranac, Crawford, Iosco, Ogama, Oscoda, and Roscommon. So essentially from Grayling to Harrisville in the north, from Houghton Lake to Standish. But I live in Saginaw County. I grew up in Genesee County. My parents owned a business on the border between Genesee and Shiawassee counties. They needed someone to cover for Mark while he is on a medical leave. And they asked me if I would serve, and I was happy to do that. I also began my career in Genesee County, Saginaw and Genesee counties, working for MSU Extension before I became a district director. So just filling in for Mark for 3 months while he's out on medical leave.
Well, maybe we'll just keep you.
Oh, well. Yeah, I do. I am familiar with the area, so I'm glad to be here tonight. I did prepare a summary of some of our numbers and impacts year to date for 2025. So that is what you have in front of you. And that's a little bit dry, so I thought that I would just bring some life to those numbers. But certainly if you have questions about any of the numbers or about the presentation there, feel free. I'd be happy to answer those. So hello, I'm pleased to share a brief overview of our extension programming in Shiawassee County this year. Our total direct educational reach has been 1,259 individuals with additional indirect contact of over 7,100 individuals. We divide our work into different programming areas that we call institutes or initiatives. Within our health and nutrition programming, we reached 921 youth and 97 adults through our nutrition education program with curriculum like Show Me Nutrition, Cooking for One, which is delivered to adults, some who have special needs, some older adults, some adults who are aging out of foster care, and Teen Cuisine. Thanks to a grant from the Cook Family Foundation, we hosted 3 Cooking Matters for Adults groups. That curriculum involves people learning how to make a meal and taking home the groceries to replicate that meal at home, and that's why the funding is so important. Unfortunately, as you may be aware, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program education funding, so the education part of that funding, was cut in the omnibus bill in July from the federal government. And so as a result, as of September 30th, our community nutrition instructor positions that delivered SNAP education have been eliminated. That is a very, very sad thing, not only for us, but I know for your community and communities all across the state that appreciated the delivery of these programs. So as of September 30th, Joe Hammondtree and Candy Thick, their positions were eliminated, or they were laid off, I believe. It is our hope that we can have a new generation of nutrition education programs to deliver in communities, but we don't have anything ready to go. The funding had existed for 30 years. We anticipated that the funding would continue, and when the law changed, we didn't have a second plan or a plan B. And the total grant that comes to Michigan State University for that grant is over $10 million. We don't have the funding to replace that at this time, but we are looking to the future, and it is a profound regret for us. It's not something that we wanted to cut. Obviously, we have amazing impact with those programs. We had people who really wanted to take those classes and who enjoyed them, but those decisions are made at a higher level of the government, and again, we'll be looking for ways that we can continue to serve the community in the future. Also, in our area of health and nutrition, we have food safety education. We have engaged numerous adults in food preservation and food safety topics, including demonstrations on creating fruit butters and garden produce. Tara Hovis, who is our food safety educator based here in Shiawassee County, delivers lots of programs and has lots of partnerships. In fact, this week she was delivering programming. Within the last week, she was delivering program at the DeVries Conservatory. Thank you. It's a continuing series on preservation for homesteading. This month, I believe, she was talking with them about creating apple butter or pumpkin butter, and how to create that and can it effectively so it would be safe for future consumption. Under the umbrella of our children and youth initiatives, we have programs from our child and family development team. So this is a group of educators that do parent education focused on the development of young children ages 0 to 5. So helping parents understand developmental milestones, helping them overcome challenging behaviors like, why can't I get my child to go to sleep, or why are they picky eaters, and strategies to help deal with all those things, including just research-based education about development and parenting for families. We had a program at the Morris Library called Music and Movement Playgroup, which engaged 6 youth and 6 adults. And under that umbrella as well is our 4-H youth development program. We're really happy with the work that Alexis Wheeler is doing as the program coordinator. She has written numerous success stories about her work, and really we have a lot to be proud of. This year directly, that's without going through volunteers, she's done programming with 13 youth and with 18 adults, including having 69 campers at the County 4-H camp this summer. She's done lessons on embryology, plant science, and foraging. In our Agriculture and Agribusiness Institute, we conduct annual pesticide reviews. So to use a restricted use pesticide in Michigan, you have to have a license. That license has to be, you have to pass a test through the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development to receive your license. Michigan State delivers the education, and MDARD delivers the test, and we partner up to make sure that that happens. We had 41 participants from Shiawassee County. In addition, some education for milker and calf care training involved 8 individuals from Shiawassee County. And in the area of consumer horticulture, the Owasso Garden Club had a spring cleanup, and our volunteers and staff helped with that. We do a number of things, or part of the nutrition education program included policy systems and environmental change, or PSE, which is helping change environments in areas to make a healthy choice an easy choice. So for example, it might mean in a cafeteria putting white milk before chocolate milk, so it's the first thing, it's the first option. It may mean talking with a cafeteria about doing a makeover. It may mean helping a business change a policy so that if they're offering donuts in the morning, they're also offering some fruit, so there's a healthy option. It's not necessarily prescribing you have to have fruit, but it's just saying, here's some fruit. And so that work is done with food pantries, schools, senior centers, and childcare sites. We have had collaborations in Shiawassee County with 33 community partners and participate in 13 coalitions, including the Shiawassee Wellness Alliance, the Great Start Collaborative, and multiple 4-H councils and committees. And then with our 4-H, just to give you another peek into 4-H enrollment for members and the volunteers, the adult volunteers that support those programs, we have a number of clubs engaged and volunteer programs. Some of our success stories include a program on plant science for children ages 5 to 8. They're called Clover Buds. So if you're familiar with Scouts, it's sort of, there's Cub Scouts and then there's Scouts. That's the Cub level, sort of, for 4-H. Healthy Kids Days, having a table at the DeVries Nature Conservancy's Pancake Breakfast Plow Day. A spin club, which is a special interest club for 4-H on hippology. Doing embryology in the classroom in New Lothrop schools. A dinosaur theme was used this year for the summer camp, which also at the summer camp, youth created cards, about 100 cards that will be sent to Michigan veterans. And the 4-H Council continued their tradition of taking youth to Chicago. And we had very much success at the county fair. And in cooperation with Farm Bureau, Project Red, or Rural Education Day, included from 4-H an activity on seed germination. So that's just some of the things we've done so far this year. It's not a complete picture, but it's quite a lot. If you all have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those to the best of my ability. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for the report and for your enthusiasm and all that you do.
All right. Thanks.
Any questions?
No, but again, we do appreciate the update. Just gives us a little better idea of what they do across the road
Yeah.
over
If I
there.
come back, I'll take a deep breath before I
All right, moving on to agenda item B, I would look for a motion to approve the chairman's selection of Dr. Gary During to the Shiawassee County Veterans Affairs Committee. Josh, you could make that motion.
Support.
Moved and supported.
We have 2 openings. One, they have to go back out to the organization that represents, that he represented and get a nominee yet. We have not done that part yet. That will be in December. Remember, in December, you will have an entire slate of people that you will appoint to various boards and committees. In the past, as in this year, I'm planning on making an omnibus approval as opposed to individuals one at a time. If there's someone you don't want to do or someone you don't want to change, just change it on there and approve the entire list of appointments for next month. But traditionally, for the Veterans Board, we do appoint them in November, not in December with all the rest of them. So Dr. During is currently, the head of the Veterans Board. He serves as the chair and has been on there for some time.
And he is a wonderful board chair for the veteran. Really keeps us on track and very much an asset to that board.
I wish I was not jumping that way.
All right, any further questions on that? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed the same, and we will see that tomorrow. I would look for a motion to approve the grant agreement between the Shiawassee County Health Department and the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy, Eagle, for environmental health services in the amount of $102,374 for a period of 10/1/25 through 9/30/2026.
I'll make the motion.
Support.
Moved and supported.
So this is a grant that goes to the health department that is income to the county of $102,000. It is approximately the same amount that it was last year. I think it was $102,600. Now it's $102,374. It's about $300 reduction, which, given some of the other changes and grants that we received, that's relatively inconsequential. This is part of the Clean Water Drinking Act. And so it goes towards services that the health department provides to camping grounds, swimming pool related things, seepage beds, public water supplies, etc. And it's grant renewal. Larry does apologize that he's not here today. It's something that came up.
Well, maybe we'll see him tomorrow. All right.
Question?
No further questions. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed the same, and that passes. No public, so we are adjourned. Thank you.
That's fast.
Yeah.